It's a beautiful early morning here on the farm, and after what seems to be about 2 months of never-ending rain, the forecast for today is looking to be dry and about 75 degrees. And if the joyful exuberance of the birds this morning is any indication, that forecast may actually be right. But there is one positive aspect to all of this rain, because abundant rain often means an abundance of wild mushrooms to forage. And for mushroom foragers, that can only mean one thing: a week of wild mushroom-inspired meals. So we'll wait a few hours until the clouds roll away, and then we'll head into the woods and see what we can find. Well, it turned out to be a beautiful day. It took a while for the woods to dry out a bit, but once they did, we ventured in and found a lush green oasis, and we didn't have to go very far to find what we were searching for. This time of year, we look for golden oyster mushrooms. They're a mushroom that is native to Asia, but have escaped cultivation and have naturalized throughout the valley and foothills of the mountains that we call home. They're not only a valuable and versatile culinary mushroom, but have some positive health benefits as well. So we'll gather these mushrooms and head back home to start cooking and preserving all of this bounty. If you decide to try foraging wild mushrooms and you are successful, the first thing you have to do is figure out how to preserve the mushrooms that you're not going to be using right away. You can place a small amount in a paper bag and put them in your refrigerator. But if you find a lot of mushrooms, you need a way of preserving them that retains their quality and flavor. For golden oyster mushrooms, that means cooking them in some type of fat. What's worked for us is cooking them in the pork fat that's left over from cooking any thick cut of pork ribs. The pork fat enhances their flavor, and after the excess fat is drained off the mushrooms, they can be put in containers and frozen for future use. When the mushrooms are preserved this way and then thawed, they retain their same texture as if they were fresh cooked mushrooms. After you've cleaned and processed them, then the next question is, how do you want to use them? Because they're native to Asia, we do use them in a lot of Asian-inspired meals, like this cubed pork rib with golden oysters and caramelized onions. The small young golden oysters are firm and meaty and can be used unsliced and whole in stir-fries, and also work well in soups, like this egg drop soup with crunchy fried wonton strips. We also like to pair our golden oysters with bok choy. We grow a lot of bok choy and are always looking for new ways to use it. We found the flavor of the golden oyster mushrooms cooked in pork fat pairs very well with the distinct flavor of bok choy. We like to braise our bok choy and our golden oysters in an orange sauce with ginger and garlic. We put it over jasmine rice, and then we add some black sesame seeds for a little bit of crunch and to make it more festive. We also like to make a lot of Italian-inspired food. One of the things we make every year when we find golden oyster mushrooms is a pizza with fresh sliced tomatoes, onions, red peppers, and golden oyster mushrooms topped with feta cheese. Then for our next meal, we decided we wanted to try to make some stuffed eggplant. We added our golden oyster mushrooms to some onions, cubed pork, and cooked eggplant. We added some cheese. We stuffed the eggplants. We spooned a generous amount of sauce around them, topped them with some shredded Asiago, mozzarella, and provolone cheese, and baked them until the cheese was melted and starting to turn a golden brown. But if you don't like eggplant, you can stuff a chicken breast with creamy goat cheese and place it on a bed of caramelized onions and golden oyster mushrooms. The caramelized onions and mushrooms pair well with the chicken and tangy goat cheese. And then we made a one-pot Sicilian-inspired dish. We cooked onions, red peppers, golden oysters, and garlic. We added some sauce, dried pasta, water, and then sardines. Yes, sardines. We mixed the sardines in and then added some grated cheese. And lastly, when we just wanted to make something simple, we made a burger topped with melted cheddar cheese and finished it off with some of our cooked golden oyster mushrooms. So we hope you enjoyed this video, and we hope it inspired you to try foraging for golden oyster mushrooms and to get creative and try making some of your own golden oyster-inspired meals.